Hello everyone. Can everyone hear me? I think you can. Welcome to the Friday stream. It's been a pretty chill day, so we're just gonna hang out for a little bit. Probably not too long of a one, because not too much happened. But let me just see. Cool. Yeah, alright, we're on. So, just uploaded a macroeconomic video like half hour ago, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure to do so. I put some cool tips in there for, next time we have that film C meeting, just to, like, prepare yourself more, like, have another tool set, so that'd be cool. The biggest thing on the Bitcoin chart so far that I've seen is really, once again, I made a video about this last night conveniently, but I did a volume profile video explaining the fixed range, but we came up to this low volume node, and if we take our just a line and we kind of fix it to it right there, and if you haven't seen that video already, a low volume node is when you take the fixed range volume profile. This is extremely low, like there's a drop off in volume, and it's especially, you see it a lot when you have breakouts. So you can see right here that Bitcoin broke this, like this low right here, and after we broke that low, we had a low volume node. So we could actually just like probably make it a box rather than a line. Like that, and we can now extend that out. Just take go to settings, coordinates, say 150. Other way, sorry, 150, 300. Okay, just expand that out, and we see we actually came up right into it. To the tick and dropped off. So probably looking for more downside continuation. However, do we see any influence on the 15-minute? Not too much. I don't know where my VWAP is. Sorry. I just want. I don't usually use the bands. Sorry, there you go. So, not too much, there's not too much on the 15-minute chart. You did break out of this low, and yeah, it wasn't a complete swing failure pattern, but I still think you're probably going to be biased to the downside for the weekend. You recovered this high volume candle right here. You did break market structure as well, so that's to be noted. Like, I would consider that right there. So here's your market structure line, right? You set this low, came and set a new high. Broke through it with high volume as well, so that's another like confluence right there. Pump back up as expected, right? You don't just break market structure and continue down. Usually not, right? You just don't plummet down for forever. Because most of the time, you're going to be, you break market structure, you come back up. Where's our bearish order block? I would consider this to be a bearish order block, but we broke through it. This would be your bearish order block, this candle right there, but you broke through it, recovered this candle to the T with the wicks, and came back down. So if you are hesitant, we can just go to the timers. If you're hesitant to like try to catch this short right here, because could be quite difficult to catch that short, an extra added point of confidence will be the VWAP, right? So the VWAP, I'm going to do a video on the VWAP as well specifically, but the VWAP is just a dynamic support and resistance level. And when you're above it, right, most likely going to continue the uptrend. When you're below, you're most likely going to hold it as resistance, continue the downtrend. So when you broke market structure, you pumped back above the VWAP, you held it as support, but then you broke through it with high volume, came back, come into this retest. This would be a pretty good short position right there, in my opinion. So you just gotta break this resistance. Like, you can take profit at this resistance right here. I mean, sorry, support, but it was resistance. Like this market structure line right here. It's not exactly a 1% move, but you know, taking some take profits at this zone wouldn't be a terrible idea. And then probably once again at the lows, and then continuation. We can look at higher time frame charts for that. But that's how I usually like to trade these things, especially when I'm not sure. I just like to get below the VWAP, test the VWAP as dynamic support, and then okay, that's where we're going, and then take that, or the other way around as well. If I'm not really sure that's going to go up, it gets above the VWAP, hold that support. Okay, I'll long, and then that's how I like to do it. We can go to Ethereum versus Bitcoin because we've been looking at that for a while. I've not had my C4 yet today. That's why I'm tired. Ethereum, Bitcoin keeps on pumping up. So what we've been talking about is just lower time frame stuff. We might actually use that. This is the macro point of control from the range of basically all of, from May 2021 to May 2022 until we broke out of that range. So this is what I've been looking at for quite a long time. You see some high volume candles coming into the zone, holding as resistance, high volume, support, lower time for resistance, but a big volume candle coming into it. So this is the point of control. So we've really been looking for this area to either break down and break out. I was expecting it to break down, fill this imbalance, and then continue to the downside. We've seen to break out of this range. Seem to be heading to the value area high, which on the daily chart looks something like this. Right, so we came up, we filled that imbalance, but now we're starting to break out, right? So when we wicked above the imbalance, closed below it, I said you're probably more likely to be in a short position, take some profit to point of control, value area low, and then hopefully it will just break down to the downside. Didn't break down to the downside. Closed above it, so now you're more likely to continue to the upside. And now we're testing of this little range, probably like in the 1 hour. Yeah, so now you broke out of this range that we've had. I probably will pull it from like right here. Broke out of this range from right here, and are right now testing the value or high. Once again, these levels aren't going to be exact because you are not with a USD pair. They are with Bitcoin pair, so you're gonna have to be a little lenient. You know, like right here, is that a breakout? Not really, but this is obviously a notable breakout. So you just have to be able. I know we're used to like trading Bitcoin and Ethereum, where like you can pretty much do it to the tick, and will be somewhat accurate. But with Bitcoin evaluations and low liquidity pairs, it's hard to do that with. So you're right now retesting your value area high. Assuming it can come down, test the POC, that's perfectly fine. But really, I guess the target since it broke out and broke past this big point of control will be this value area high, which is quite interesting, at least, because I mean, you were at these levels in like 2021, you know, and broke out of it when Bitcoin valuation pairs are very interesting because the prices, like the Ethereum price, is nowhere near these right now where it was, but Bitcoin valuation is almost there, so it's definitely interesting. We can look at Ethereum itself. And to the, I guess, I mean, there's not a lot of viewers today, once again, but I guess people will watch it back. If you are watching it back, I will ask, when is a good time for me to stream? Because I'm thinking about making this time, starting the stream at 1 p.m. Eastern time, my consistent time to stream. I know I've been a little inconsistent lately, but that's what I've been thinking today was oh, this is a good time. I'm pretty much always free during this time of day to stream. So I'm thinking this is the time. But if you have any suggestions around this time, like 2 o'clock would be better, then just let me know. Let's look at Ethereum. We had this small little range going on here. But let's just look at the daily chart. We can redo all this. Okay. Still haven't came back and filled this imbalance. But we seem to be broken out of this value area high. Let's just pull it. Yeah, so we broke out of the volume area high of this range, which is a good sign. We still have, for whatever reason, well, I shouldn't say for whatever reason, I guess you broke out right here, but you do have you do have a low volume node here. So you do have a low volume node in this area, which you definitely have filled. Do any fibs line up with this? Not just yet. Yeah, so we're not just at this 786, which would be pretty much confluent with also this daily bearish order block up here. So I still think one more push to the upside for at least Ethereum. Bitcoin, I think can go up to 25,000 roughly. Would fill that balance completely. Just got rejected off of that volume area node. And it's also Friday, so things usually will reverse on the Friday. So it's not too unexpected that we aren't pumping that hard today. But I do think inevitably this is where Ethereum will land around 1800. There's been a big push to upside. It's definitely been an interesting one. I don't think this really calls for macro reversal just yet. I mean, you're finally getting like a lower high situation on the weekly. Like you're finally turning up on the TDI. Like you turned up here, but you know, so it's healthy. And it's also the summer, so you would expect a reversal, at least a slight reversal, and that's what this is. So everything's going to plan, and then we can look at SPX. SPX, yeah, just keeps ripping to the upside. I think I retested this support and resistance level at like 4,531. Roughly is pretty likely at this point. Of course, you're probably gonna have days where they're red, but you got some bullish divergence on the weekly. It's not looking too bad. I definitely don't see all-time high, to be honest. I don't think this is like the macro reversal just yet, but I think setting a lower high, maybe even some like hidden bearish divergence, and then get to the downside. But come September, I think sounds reasonable. It's pretty much confirmed at this point that the U.S. is in a recession, so it's not too bad. Dow Jones, fill bubbles. Pretty much the same old story. This was the gap that filled it, but continues to rip to the upside. Yeah, nothing too bad. I mean, I broke out of the 786 already. High volume. I don't see why we don't continue the upside, especially when we have the monthly candle coming up. So it's the best month in 2022 for stocks. So looking pretty good. Is there anything you guys want me to look at? If not, I think I will end it here. You can obviously see the VWAP there. We'll come back and test this for support. So, break out of the support. We can look at levels for Bitcoin where it will land. Still have this imbalance at 21.7. I don't see it coming all the way back to 21.7, but it's definitely a possibility. Pulling our Fibonacci levels. I think coming back to the 618, filling this imbalance right here at around 23.2 definitely seems reasonable, assuming we can break past this support and resistance line. That definitely seems like a reasonable target to take some profit on some shorts. Let's just see, I will close this stream with a chart, assuming I have this chart. Please tell me I have this chart. Ah, perfect. So here are my magical Bitcoin levels that I may or may not do a video on how to do this. But here are your magical levels. Obviously your all-time at 69k, 48.2. Act as a support resistance level to the T there. 33. This is on Bitstamp, by the way, so it's gonna be, the price is gonna be a bit different. 33.7, which acted as support right there, almost at the T. Then you had this level at 21.6, which, if you come back to the 4-hour, smashed through support, resistance, flew around to resistance, support, broke through. So this chart tells me is that assuming we can stay above 21.6, you're probably going to go to 33, retest that and then continue to the downside. This is all daily closer basis, by the way. These levels, none of these are 4-hour or wick based, by the way. So like this is just coincidence more or less. But yeah, and then 110 days before the Bitcoin halving is November 7th. I believe that might also be election day, midterm election. So around there. So usually things will get a little hectic, and that's probably when you're gonna have the bottom. And I guess I'll put this in this random Friday stream that I think the daily closer bottom is going to be $10,580, $10,580 of the week of November 7th. Daily closer basis, obviously. But I'll do a video on how I got those levels. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm sorry this is a short stream, just not much to talk about, honestly. I just wanted to show you that low volume node, give you a support resistance levels on the short time frame, show you how to use VWAP. That's basically it. If you want to join our Discord, links in the description below. There's a lot of good traders there. Trying to get it more active. It's free, obviously. If you don't like it, just leave. Also, there's a Bybit link in the description. 30% off while you maker and taker fees. If you already trade on Bybit, it's a leveraged crypto trading account. Leveraged crypto trading platform. They're very good. So if you're using a different platform, go try Bybit out. You get discounted fees with the link in the description. And make sure to subscribe, because I'll be making a lot more videos and streaming almost every weekday, currently at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys.